What's up, everybody? It's the boy, the realist, the Shua. It's the BS Best. Real Shua B across all social media. Shua at Foys Dfs for booking and business inquiries. Give me the bubble. I'm back here again with the Foys Dfs flip, your number one source for daily NBA fantasy sports picks. Today is Tuesday, October 29th, 2019. We're working with a 3-game slate today. I'm going to do things a little bit differently today. I decided to tighten up. I get better every day. I've been, working at this shit. I actually took notes, so I've got notes this time instead of just giving it to you guys off the top of my head. There's a lot of strategy. You'll get to hear a lot more about how I'm doing it. I know that folks are actually getting involved now, following what I'm pitching here. So if you guys are interested in joining, down below, I'm going to post my link. If you follow and you followed by my link, we each get a free $10 ticket to start off with. And I'll go ahead and coach you through how to get started and stuff like that. So, it'll be downstairs. It'll be downstairs. It'll be right there in the comments, the very first comment, posted by me. Go ahead, click that link, and sign up. Give it a try. Win some money. I'm 4 digits positive for sure. I've been playing about 2 years. But, okay, so let's go over yesterday. Now, yesterday, if you use my exact lineup, I'm not going to lie. You lost because I didn't do good yesterday. I lost by like 70 points, but we didn't blow the whole bankroll yesterday. And there were some pretty solid picks. If you listened to me and built a lineup based off of what I said, there was really great potential there. Malcolm Brogdon last night, a great pick. He was pretty much the best at 6,900. Got a 46.5, 6.7x. Brandon Ingram was another great one I recommended. He was 7,500. He got a 55. That's 7.3x. Mario Hezonja. That was a pick I fought for. I almost didn't pick Hezonja. But Hezonja got a 22 at 3,300. That was 6.6x. D'Angelo Russell with that 44.75, 5.8x. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he was 7,000, 40.25. That's 5.8x. Now Christian Wood at a super low ownership. This was the difference between money line and not money line. If you pick Christian Wood, he made a huge difference. He recovered a bad pick you picked. Christian Wood at 3,200 got a 38.5. at a solid 12x. Phenomenal pick. I think I had him at like 1% ownership or some shit. So, that was a good sleeper. Skal Labissiere, that was a pick I also fought for, 3,200. He got 19, which is 5.9x, right under 6. And Westbrook, I told everybody to pick Westbrook. I said he's chalk. I was like, Westbrook's chalk, pick Westbrook. He got a 50.5. It was only 5.3x, but that's still above value. That's still better than he should have done, but not what he could have done. It wasn't even enough for a flame. But those are some of the stuff that we picked yesterday. If you guys followed my lead, if you guys listened to what I said and picked some of those guys, we did pretty good. I also played tiers yesterday. It kept my bankroll going. I didn't even take a loss. All right, let's get into today. Today there's a 3-game slate. Locks at 6:30 p.m., so I'm going to go ahead and just get into it. The first game on the night is the Atlanta-Miami game. Now, let's see. First guy I want to talk about here, Trae Young. Like I said last time, I've been sleeping on Trae Young. Trae Young, hang on, let me get some cheese. But Trae Young, he's been balling outrageous. Hang on, let me open it up so you guys can see. Like, man's been getting 7x. Like, last night was the first night he didn't get 7x in a while. But he's averaging like 34 points, 9 assists. I'll go to utility. Yeah, man's been spazzing. And I feel like with them going against a conference rival, he's getting 6 rebounds from the point guard position. Trae Young's a pretty good pick here. About 56.2 fantasy points per game. And going against this Miami team, you had Jeff Teague ball out, Tyus Jones, George Hill. I think a guy like Trae Young is going to go bananas. Not really good defending the perimeter. Unless they put Jimmy on him, I don't see much they can do to stop him. We're going to see Trae Young do some numbers. I'd say he's pretty chalk. Another guy that I want to talk to you guys about, Jimmy Buckets. Now, this is a big deal here. This is Jimmy Butler's Miami Heat debut. And look at the price they've got Jimmy Butler at. They've got Jimmy Butler at 7,700 as though he's still playing for the stacked Philadelphia team. Like, he's the lone superstar on this squad. For Philly, his usage rate was like 17.1. We're looking at like back in Chicago Jimmy, when he used to average 23.9 points per game, 26.5% usage. Like that Jimmy, this is gonna be Jimmy Buckets 2.0. I think he can exceed those numbers. I'm expecting like a 50 or 60. I'm gonna say lock Jimmy. Like beyond chalk, he's mandatory. A lot of people are fading him because they're like, oh, it's overhyped. No, it's 7,700. I could see 10x from Jimmy today. I mean, he hasn't even played any basketball yet this year. I could see 10x from him. Jimmy's a lock. Lock Jimmy. I'm gonna go ahead and draft now. Put Jimmy. He needs to be part of the team. Like, just make sure. I haven't even told you the 5. Jimmy's gonna be part of that 5 though. I hear so many people talking about fade Jimmy that it's like I gotta lock it. Another guy, Nunn, Kendrick Nunn. I've actually been sleeping on this guy. He's been balling out. He's been returning value, but that price is starting to catch up to him. I think it's 6,000 with the usage rate going to be swallowed up by Jimmy Butler. You can go ahead and fade Nunn. I don't really see good plays there. I mean, besides that, in the game, you got a few good value picks, but I'll go over those later. I say fade Nunn. Trae Young, if you'd like, you could take Trae Young. Jimmy's a mandatory though. So let's go ahead and get into this next game. You got Dallas and Denver. Dallas and Denver. So the first thing I noticed about this game is it's going to be really slow and low scoring. A lot of these guys like Luka Doncic, he's been balling outrageous. Don't get me wrong. I expect him to still put up some big assist numbers, because that's what man does. I don't think he's going to score as much as he normally does. I mean, maybe it's feasible, but let's start with Kristaps Porzingis actually, because Kristaps Porzingis, I think that he's pretty chalk today. I mean, Nikola Jokic hasn't been playing very good defense. I'm thinking that we could see like a 50 from Kristaps. Like, he's averaging 44.8, but I think we're going to get some upside from him going against Nikola Jokic. I'm going to see a lot more rebounds. I think that with the slow-paced game, he's going to be passing the ball around a lot more. I think I could see him like 25 points, 14 rebounds, like maybe a triple-double. It's his first one of the year. Kristaps hasn't played basketball in a while. I'm thinking that we could lock Kristaps. I mean, there's a couple better picks down the line, but Kristaps is a good pick. I'd say he's chalk. If you rock with Kristaps, I wouldn't hate on you. Let's see. Now, Doncic. I'm also going to say Doncic is chalk. I don't think the numbers are going to be as high as they normally are, but I don't see him veering that far away from what he normally does. Plays pretty even basketball. I mean, man keeps his hand on the ball a whole lot of the time. Like, man doesn't... I see man spazzing, you know? I don't think he's going to score as much as he normally does, but I see a lot more assists this game because of the pace. Like, the floor is going to be spread pretty well. The guys who are going to lose touches are going to be like those value plays. I think Doncic is chalk. If Doncic is under 10,000, I think we should play Doncic. So I'm going to say I'm going to throw Doncic in this chalk pile. Now let's get into this other game. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys about the value plays a little bit later. I mean, there's some guys I didn't touch on, like John Collins or Bam Adebayo in the previous game, or Jamal Murray even, but I don't consider that mid-tier even relevant here. Like, in a 3-game slate like this, what you got to do is stack those guys who are going to ball out, because everybody's going to have the same scrubs, you know? That's going to be the only way to differentiate is you're going to have to, like, try to get multiple stars on the same. Like, you'll see at the end of the day how it pans out. I feel like it's going to be a pretty good day. Let's go into the third game of the night. Now we've got the Memphis-Los Angeles Lakers game. So first and foremost, LeBron James, I couldn't make up my mind whether or not he's going to be chalk or fade. Let's see. I mean, like, Rondo's confirmed out today, so he's going to be starting at point guard. When he starts at point guard, those assist numbers are pretty high. But man hasn't broke 60 fantasy points since he's been on the same team as Anthony Davis. But this is a pretty cheap price to see LeBron James for. I mean, we know what his ceiling is. A man's capable of triple-digit fantasy points. In a game like this, though, unless Alex Caruso or somebody's going to take over point guard duties, we're not going to see LeBron James that plays off the ball, and like, he's going to be easier to guard. He's going to be easier to stop, and his usage is way down. I'm thinking like he's questionable. I'm putting him in a separate pile from everybody else. Anthony Davis, I'm going to say man's chalk. Man is chalk. Like, who's going to stop Anthony Davis on the Grizzlies? I don't see a single... Like, who is stopping Anthony Davis? I don't believe anybody is. Yeah, no, there's nobody to stop Anthony Davis. So I'm going to say Anthony Davis is chalk. Like, I'm expecting a 70 from Man. Like, Man's going to have, like, 30 points, 25 rebounds, some craziness. Like, there's nobody who can stop Man. I'm putting him in the chalk pile. Dwight. Now, Dwight is a great play here. I feel like he's coming off a big game. Let's see. Dwight Howard. He's coming off a big game. I mean, Man hasn't been relevant since, like, 2013. But Man put up some big points. And I think they're going to start utilizing him a lot more, sliding JaVale McGee back. With Boogie Cousins out, like, he's their guy. As long as he stays in his role, you know, he can grab a lot of rebounds. I'm not seeing just something spectacular from him, but at 5,000, I could definitely see 7x at 35. That's not that hard. Maybe 8x, you know? Where is Man? Oh, there he is right there. Okay. Dwight Howard. Like I said, it took him a little bit to find his groove, but they let him loose a little bit. And he put up that double-double, 16-10. That's all you need to complement those two guys. You need somebody else who's going to give a double-double. Those 10 rebounds make a big difference, and that makes those guys a powerhouse. So I think if Man keeps playing like that, we could see some Dwight Howard action. And Ja Morant, this kid here is bananas. I think that that last game against Brooklyn, I think that he really kind of set his name. You know, he kind of showed what we're going to be dealing with from him, what to expect from him, and I think that we can expect a follow-up performance to that. The team's going to trust him a lot more. I think he's like if he plays, he's listed as probable. He's got that right ankle soreness, but I'm thinking that if Man plays, I'm going to lock him. Like, I might take him over Trae Young. I'm trying to take him and Trae Young, but if Man plays, he's a lock for me. Like I said, he had that big game, that block against Kyrie Irving, and the basket on the other end to send into overtime. Like, that shows that he gives a damn about winning. Man's trying, you know. But okay, so now I'm gonna get into these value plays. Now, in order to run a lineup like this, like instead of doing my 5 and 5, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you. It's a 3-game slate, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a lineup off rip. That way, I don't have to do a second video to follow it up. And I might do a second video if there's some big changes, you know. Like, let's say Ja Morant doesn't play. I'm going to let you guys know. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Stay on the Foys Dfs Twitter and the Foys. Just keep your eyes peeled. If you saw this video, stay wherever you saw this video so you see the next one. But, okay. So, studs-wise, I've got a list of guys who are, let's see. So I told you Jimmy. Jimmy's mandatory. I'm thinking Ja Morant. Ja Morant's mandatory. Let's see what kind of budget we're working with. Man, like, in order to take some guys like that, you got to take some value plays. Let's see what we can fit. I'm thinking, like, I could probably force Luka as well. Luka. Yeah, Doncic. I could force Doncic. See, they have him as point guard, shooting guard. So I'd move Jimmy to the 3. Go ahead, slide Doncic in there. Let's see what we're working with now. We still got quite a bit of money. I'm thinking if I force somebody, like, I'd take one more stud, like the Brow. Ooh-wee. I'm going to try to take Dwight Howard as well. Yes, okay, I can do that now. That leaves us in a spot where we're like, we've got to, like, fill this in. So I've got a lot of value plays. The first one that's going to help tremendously, Solomon Hill. Like, he was a DNP for 2 games in a row, right? So they put Man as a DNP because they didn't know, you know, what they're going to do with him. And then Man gets a little bit of playtime. What team was Solomon? I don't even remember what Solomon Hill plays for. I know he's right. Memphis, yeah. Solomon Hill. They give Man a little playtime, and he in his 24 minutes puts up 23.75 fantasy points, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. I'm thinking that, like, they're going to use Man again the same way. Yeah. Yeah, it's possible it'll lead to future opportunity. Yeah. I'm thinking Man's gonna play. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a lock. Like he's gonna play more minutes than he played last time because, like, what's the point of having him if you're not gonna play him? I think you're playing Solomon Hill. That saves a lot of money there. Some more guys who I have. Let's see. Quinn Cook is a good option. Cam Reddish. Will Barton. Dorian Finney-Smith. Malik Beasley. Dylan Brooks. Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber is probably going to be a guy who I go with because for some reason they don't ever raise his price. Like, man just doesn't. Let's see. Maxi. And then, like, for guard-wise, I mean, Huerter, I thought about taking him. But I don't know if he's going to be, yeah. Bembry, we're looking at Evan Turner not playing, so it's Hardaway play. I mean, Hardaway gets his minutes. Well, how's man's matchup? Avery Bradley hasn't been getting his minutes. I already know. Man was balling out last year, too. I mean, man's been getting his minutes. He's got a great matchup against his Lakers team. That seems pretty feasible. KCP. Malik Beasley. I'll let Malik Beasley be the other play. And there you have it, folks. If you want to play my whole lineup, you can. I wouldn't mind. If Ja Morant happens to not play, we're going to have to do a little bit of restructuring. We could either play up or play down. You know, we could take somebody like Justice Winslow. That'll give us some more money to put into that, into one of those scrubs and make them a little bit better. But I'm thinking Ja Morant. This is an overall beautiful lineup. Beautiful lineup. I'm thinking this is cash. Like, this cash is right here. But, yeah, so that's what I got for you guys. If you have any questions, comments, you know what I mean, be sure to inbox your boy, whatever social media you're looking at this on, or leave it in the comment section below. I'll be sure to get back with everybody. And don't forget, if you're interested in playing, follow the link. First comment by me. And make sure that, sorry about that. I'll make sure that you get your questions answered and stuff like that. But, yeah, it's Foys Dfs Flip. It's your boy Real Shulby. Howdy.